Hey guys, it's Mona. Happy New Year, and in this video I am going to help you stay on your New Year's resolution. So if you have health goals, if you have fitness goals, or anything along those lines, watch this video and I'm going to give you some amazing food swaps that won't let you get off your goals. Okay, so in today's video I've got 6 food and drink swaps that I really want to share with you. I felt like this would be a really good video for the new year because I think that most people always have some kind of resolution on getting healthier for the new year. It completely makes sense. It's just like a good new mental start or shift. You know, when you have a new year, it's like a way to just get ready and start fresh. But a lot of times you can start and maybe for a few weeks or a month you stay on those goals and then they kind of diminish. So I wanted to give you some really great swaps, and I'll explain throughout this video why these will really help you stick with them. So the foods I'm going to go over in this video are all right here in front of me. We've got Zevia, we've got Kite Hill vegan cream cheese, I've got some coconut oil, and then I have 3 different kinds of Sigmatic. Sigmatic was kind enough to give all of you guys watching this a discount, so make sure to check the link in my description for 15% off your first order. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and go through them. So the first thing I want to talk about is coffee. I've got some mushroom coffee right here. Now, I feel like a lot of people are always trying to either quit coffee or cut back on coffee. So I'm not going to be one to say you should totally quit coffee and just switch from coffee to tea because I don't think it's very realistic. Honestly, most tea that you try doesn't taste anything like coffee, so it's not going to be like the most seamless switch. What I do recommend is swapping out coffee for a mushroom coffee. Now there's a few reasons I like this. Number one, this coffee has much less caffeine than you would have in a regular coffee, but it also has lion's mane and chaga, which are 2 types of mushrooms that are going to improve your memory, improve brain function, and improve focus. So you're getting less caffeine, but still just as much focus, and you're getting antioxidants from all the mushrooms that are in there. So I feel like it's kind of a win-win. You're still getting the coffee taste, but you're not really losing any of the stuff that you like from coffee. I personally go through phases where I'll cut coffee for like a month or 2 and just go to tea, but I always end up going back. I don't think I'll ever fully just stop drinking coffee because I love it. It brings me so much joy. Like, I like the aroma, and like I said, it does have benefits. It's really just having too much of it that can be a little dehydrating and having too much caffeine all the time. So swapping it out for a mushroom coffee is amazing. So this one comes in a little pack like this. This is how all the Sigmatic packs come. Let me find the rip. Wait, this way. So I actually already got my tea kettle prepared for this so I could show you guys how it works. I've got hot water in here. It's really funny because in one of my last videos a while ago, I was like talking about how I just got this tea kettle and I was so excited. And a lot of you guys from the UK or Europe were like, Americans don't have tea kettles. Are you really teaching us about a tea kettle? I didn't grow up with one, so I don't know. I didn't have one in my house, so I was excited to get it. But apparently I'm late to the game on the hot water tea kettle. Okay, so all you do is pour it into your cup. I always recommend when you're having Sigmatic, only fill up the mug about halfway. It should tell you in the back how many ounces is best, but I hate when it gets watery, so I fill it up halfway and then I'll like top it off with a little almond milk or taste it and go from there. There's that aroma I like. Delish. Amazing. So you've got coffee that is less caffeine, more focus, it's got immune boosting benefits from the mushrooms, and it's just really healthy for you. So that's a really good switch. And you know, if sometimes you do have a regular cup of coffee, that's okay. Don't think that if you slip once in a while or you aren't completely perfect all the time that you've completely let go of your New Year's resolutions. That's a huge thing to remember in your health goals or fitness goals, is that just forgive yourself and move on. Like, little step backs are okay. It's normal. So let's move this one aside. So the next thing I want to talk about is Zevia. Zevia is a really healthy soda. This is something I've been drinking for years. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Zevia is amazing because it's sweetened with stevia. So if you ever follow my content on Instagram or even on YouTube, I've even done a video on healthy sugar substitutes. I absolutely love stevia. It's a very natural, clean, safe sugar alternative. It's not toxic, it's not artificial, and the reason it's called Zevia is because it's sweetened with stevia. This was the first soda to come out that was really sweetened with stevia. To me, it's the exact same like gratification. A lot of the time I feel like drinking soda is the carbonation of it, it's cold, it's refreshing, so it's not really like the sugar content. However, it's sweetened is going to be the same. And they have so many different flavors. This one is black cherry. Sometimes I'll get orange when I'm in the mood for orange soda. They have like regular cola. Also, most of them don't have caffeine. Some of them do, so you can just look by flavor and decide which one is best for you. But this is something I always keep in my fridge, and it's also really good when I'm like in the mood to snack and I know I've eaten enough that day and I don't need to snack. I'll just sip on it, and kind of like the cold carbonation of it will distract me. It's almost like sparkling water. So I'm going to read you the ingredients on the back. It's carbonated water, citric acid, and citric acid isn't something to be so scared of. It's found in fruit. It's found in a lot of different things you're probably already consuming. Stevia leaf extract, and natural flavors. I'm usually afraid of the phrase natural flavors because you don't know what that could mean, and with a lot of different products you don't really know, but from all the research I've done on Zevia, they use things like ginger, nutmeg, lemon oil, wintergreen, cherry essence, so it's natural flavors that are actually okay. So Zevia is a big plus for me. Yum. What are your guys' favorite sodas? Tell me in the comments. I always liked black cherry and orange. Those are usually the ones that I buy. So the next one I want to talk about is the Sigmatic hot cacao. I have mentioned this in my previous videos, but I have to bring it up in this video again because it's just such a good one to incorporate in the new year. There's a few different reasons why I love this. Number one, it tastes like chocolate because it's got cacao, so it's fighting that sweet tooth craving. If you're like me, I have to have something sweet after I eat. It's just, I need a palate change, whether it's like a little bite of chocolate ice cream, vegan obviously, or a little piece of dark chocolate, or whatever it is. But sometimes, especially if you're new to health goals and you're really trying to cut certain cravings you have, one bite can turn into many, and then you have to have the dessert in the house. So this is a really good alternative because it just gives you that chocolatey flavor, and it's really good for you. The sugar is 2 grams, it's like nothing. It's sweetened with coconut palm sugar, so all around this is a great drink. It also has reishi mushroom, which makes it perfect for nighttime because it's really good for promoting restful sleep. Reishi is actually the most studied mushroom to activate sleep cycles, so it's really good to have this before bed. But obviously it's not that easy to just get some reishi mushrooms and eat them before bed. So if you can have them in a drink like this, it's also chocolatey, it's really helpful. With this one, same thing. Just open it up. This one's honestly like hot chocolate. It's so amazing. I've raved about this drink for a while, and some of you on Instagram have like tagged me and DM'd me and stuff and shown me that you bought it, and all completely agree with me, so that's good to hear. Even though I knew you would because it tastes so good. Take a little sip. So good. So the next food swap I have is Kite Hill vegan cream cheese. There's a few reasons why I'm talking about this. I want to get into this product a little bit. Let's first talk about dairy. I highly recommend anyone watching this video to completely cut dairy out of your diet, or at least start the process. I know that sometimes it can be hard to cut something out cold turkey right away, so I really wanted to incorporate one vegan cheese that I think you'll really like and not notice much of a difference in. I think that telling someone they should completely cut dairy when, let's say you love cheese and you love like cheese and wine and grapes, and then you try to go get like a sliced vegan cheese that doesn't taste like it or tastes kind of weird, I can totally understand this being hard. So I wanted to slowly introduce you to one that I don't think will make you go back on your decision. Let's quickly talk about why dairy is so bad for you. Dairy is toxic, it's linked to prostate cancer, it's got saturated fats, it's linked to heart disease, it causes digestive issues, acne. There's just no reason why we need it in our body. Furthermore, I know that people think dairy and milk is good for your bones, but it's really not. There's actually no proof of this. In fact, the acidity from any kind of animal protein can actually weaken your bones more. So let's just all cut dairy out of our diet, especially now. There's so many great alternatives. Kite Hill is the one I want to introduce you to because this is one I've been eating for years, and one of the first ones I found that I really like the taste of, and also the ingredients. A lot of people will be like, oh, I went vegan, but I'm still not healthy, or I haven't lost weight. Going vegan, just vegan, isn't always healthy. A lot of vegan foods are really processed, especially because they're trying so hard to imitate, you know, the taste of something else, so they'll use a lot of different chemicals in it. So going vegan isn't always that healthy. A lot of foods can be really processed and have a lot of added ingredients, and I know soy is a big issue for a lot of people, and processed soy I definitely don't recommend eating a lot of. That's why I love this cheese, because it's almond based, so you're not getting a cheese that's made from like processed soy or tofu or too much of that. It's really creamy, the consistency, like putting this on a bagel, I honestly have not missed cream cheese once. I used to love cream cheese growing up. I had it all the time. So this is a really good one. The flavor I have right now is jalapeno. I actually normally get plain, but they ran out at the grocery store, so I had to get this just to show you what kind for the video. But definitely try it. I actually looked this up before the video to make sure that it was accessible to a lot of people before I recommended it, and I saw that it is sold at Target now. You could probably go on Amazon Fresh and get it. I'll make sure to link below this video different ways you can find this cheese, but it is one of my favorites. The next product I want to talk about is the Mushroom Matcha Mix by Sigmatic. So I'm sure you've heard of matcha. It's definitely gotten really trendy and popular right now. Matcha is a type of green tea. I've talked about this in my previous videos. It's like green tea, but with more antioxidants, more health benefits. It does have more caffeine than other green teas, but it is like the healthiest form of green tea. I would recommend swapping this out for tea. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not going to tell you to fully swap out coffee for tea, even though tea tends to have more benefits, because I know that's not totally realistic. But a lot of times the tea you're drinking, you might think you're having something healthy, but the quality, the type, you're really not getting much out of it. Like a Lipton's tea bag isn't the best thing for you. If you're going to do something healthy, this should be another goal for you guys. If you're going to do something healthy, go for it all the way. At least if you're putting in that effort, get the results you want out of it. So I would recommend switching out your tea for matcha. The reason I like the Sigmatic matcha is because not only is it really high grade ceremonial matcha, but it also has lion's mane and ginger. So you're still getting the benefits of those mushrooms in here. The lion's mane is really amazing for brain health, focus, concentration, and the ginger is great for digestion. So all around you've got a great drink right here. And I'll show you how it comes. It's open because I've been drinking it. Comes in this like little silver pouch right here. So it tells you exactly how to mix it right here on the back. It's basically 1.5 teaspoons to a little hot water, and then you can mix. If you watch a lot of videos on matcha, they'll tell you to use like a bamboo whisk, and that really makes sure you're mixing it properly. If you don't have one, it's okay. You can still have matcha. That is the best way to do it, but you can still have it without it, so don't stress over that. Now, this matcha is not sweetened, and for the most part, if you ever have matcha on its own, it has a bit of a strong taste. I'm personally not a fan. Sometimes, if you ever had like really authentic green tea or matcha, it almost tastes a little bit fishy, like you can taste the ocean when you're drinking it. I always have to add a little bit of almond milk, cinnamon, maybe a little bit of stevia, so I'll make it my own. I don't add any unhealthy sugars, but stevia, cinnamon, and almond milk are pretty much my go-tos for any drink that I want to make taste better. So I'd recommend adding a little bit of something to it. But just like the other drinks, you just pour it in and mix well. Let me grab my spoon. This one has a little cacao in it. Perfectly dissolved. And it's not bad on its own. It's just like a bit plain, so I like adding a little something to it. And the last food swap I have for this video is coconut oil, and I highly recommend trying to swap out butter for coconut oil. So butter is a form of dairy, and I just mentioned earlier in this video all the negative effects of dairy, so I don't have to go through that again. But I also want to recommend it because it's just so easy, especially when you're baking. Coconut oil is amazing. If you're making pancakes, cookies, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so you don't have to worry about the proper measurements. It adds a really yummy, like sweet coconutty taste to foods like that. It is better to do it in sweet foods and savory foods until you get used to it, and it's all around just healthier. Now, coconut oil does still have fat, so I'm not recommending like going to town and just eating as much coconut oil as you want. I think this is a problem a lot of people face when they're trying to get healthy, whether it's vegan food or even just health food in general. Like, let's say we tell you like almonds and walnuts are so good for you. Don't eat an excess amount of them because they are still high in calorie and fat. Just eat the proper amount. Now, there is one thing I want to address with coconut oil because a lot of people are concerned that it does still have saturated fat, and you know, when you compare it to butter, you're saying, why is it any better than butter? The difference is coconut oil, yes, it does have saturated fat, but not all saturated fat is the same in different foods. Some of it's healthier for you than others. And coconut oil, about 60 or 65% of it is made up of MCTs. This is medium chain triglycerides. So, you know, if you go to a health food store, you see people buying MCT oil, that's what we're talking about here. So, you know, if you go to a health food store and you're getting like the vegan bulletproof coffee, or you see people adding MCT oil to their supplements, that's what we're talking about here. It's a kind of fat that's rapidly absorbed into our bloodstream, and then it's used as fuel for energy. So I still say, yes, it has saturated fat, but it's still a much better version of fat to have than butter. So coconut oil you can use, like I said, when you're baking, if you need to grease a pan, if you need to sub it out for butter. It's just a really easy one that you won't really notice. I think A lot of the time people think that it's going to make a big difference in baking or cooking. It really won't. Coconut oil also has lauric acid. Lauric acid is great for you because it has antimicrobial, antibacterial properties. So anything you can incorporate into your diet that's there for taste, flavor, baking, but also has added health benefits is going to be really great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of food swaps. I really think you should try incorporating all of these to stay on your health goals. And like I said, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Keep going, even if you take a few steps back. It's completely normal. I'll put links below this video of all the products we talked about. When it comes to Sigmatic, definitely try the ones that I mentioned in this video. Got the mushroom coffee, the mushroom matcha mix, and the hot cacao. I'll make sure to link them all below the video. And you guys can also check out Sigmatic's website. It's actually really cool if you want to learn about the different kinds of mushrooms and how they benefit you. You can search by mushroom benefit or you can search by drink. You can just take a look around there and see what you find. And again, they were kind enough to offer all of my subscribers 15% off your first order, so I'll put that link below this video. If you guys have any questions on these food swaps, any health questions about New Year's resolutions, anything, let me know in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.